Okay, welcome back everyone. Just a real quick update. I bought my first two fish, a pair of clowns, a couple weeks ago. Right now they're in the quarantine tank. They're doing really good. No problems. They're active. No signs of any diseases. They seem very comfortable. They weren't eating a lot early on, but they eventually had their appetite picked up, and it really picked up when I bought a different food. At first, I started off with some flakes, crunching those up, but they would sometimes spit those back out. I tried pellets, that was hit and miss, but I found this stuff, Cyclop Ease, and they they love it. Um, I think I got a winner there. You mix it up in some tank water, rehydrate it, shake it up, and pour it in the tank. And man, they really go after it. And actually, I just fed them maybe about 5 minutes ago, and they're still looks like they're picking off a few pieces. But again, they're doing pretty good. Closer look at them. Where are they? Yeah, they're pretty nice. Local fish store was having their yearly big sale, and I got them for like 50% off, so it was great. How long they're going to stay in here? They've been here for about 2 weeks so far. I'll at least keep them in another week. Some people keep them in for 8 weeks. I'm definitely not going to go that long, but at least another week. Keep an eye on them, and if things look good, I will, make a decision there. Probably go ahead and throw them into the display. They like to hang out on this side during the day, but toward the evening hours, they'll head over to that piece of PVC. But yeah, they're doing great. The names, and you have to be a fan of the HBO drama The Wire to get this, but their names are Bunk and Kima. So again, from The Wire. But I'll take you over to the tank, show you that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the tank. I believe in the last video, actually I'm sure in the last video I did not have my cleanup crew yet, really because there was nothing to clean, nor had I experienced a diatom bloom, but right after that video I did start seeing some diatoms appear. So I ordered from Reef Cleaners, I ordered 20 dwarf seraph, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, seraph snails, and 5 scarlet crabs. Well, Reef Cleaners is great, number one. They probably doubled that in the number of snails, because it's definitely more than 20. You can see them right now. Quite a few of them are crawling up glass, and they do that. They're on the glass sometimes they're not, but they're all over the rocks. And a few of the crabs, I think, are hanging out around here. There's one of them. So oops, sorry about that. They're pretty cool. Although I ordered 5, only 4 arrived, so he gave me credit for the other one. One thing that did happen was I noticed one of the snails was moving way faster than a snail should be moving, and when I really looked closer, there was a crab in that shell. So one of two things happened: either and there's where is he at? There's another one somewhere around here. I just saw him. Either the scarlets had a little offspring, or that crab hitchhiked in a snail shell. So he's already switched shells. He's getting a little bit bigger, so he's that's not him, but he's around here somewhere. I think there he is, right there, that little white speck there. That'll focus. So yeah. He hitchhiked in, and I have it looks like a blue leg hermit. But cleanup crew, they're doing fine. I still ghost feed the tank until I get some, my fish in there. But they're all over. One of the other scarlets has already switched shells. I've definitely bought some extra shells for them to move into as they grow. So in about maybe another week or so, the clowns will have a new home. Let's see. So again, that's pretty much it for the tank. Made a few changes to the sump, small changes. The seraph snails are good, but I don't think I'd get the dwarf ones. Reason is they get stuck in my overflow and they end up in my return chamber. Well, they end up in the sock when I was using the sock. One thing I decided to do for a little bit is just get rid of the sock, but I was still concerned about those snails, getting in here and getting into my skimmer. Didn't want that to happen, so I just took a little media bag and hung it from the hook that my sock normally hangs from. So that bag will catch the snails, but it will still let all the pods make it through. So we'll see how that works out. Another thing I did was I added some Chaeto. Now my Chaeto is not taking off like I thought it would. I've had it for about a month and it's still pretty much the same size and looks like it's lightening up a little bit. The bulb I'm using is first I was using a 13 watt 6500K CFL. I switched that to a 23 or 24 watt 6500. So we'll see if that makes a difference. And I also put it on top of that piece of live rock there. So we'll see. Someone said that I just don't have the nutrients, which I guess is a good thing in the tank for it to grow. So we'll see what happens. Here I got some of these. I think they're called pineapple sponges growing. I noticed them on a lot of the rock down here. Researched it, and people are saying that's a good thing. They're filter feeders. I think that's how they're described. So that it freaked me out at first, but learned it's a good thing. Another thing I did in the return section is I added a power head to keep things keeps dirt and detritus or other sand or whatever gets down in here keep it from settling, so that the skimmer picks it up. Let's see what else. Added 2 bags of ChemiPure on that bottom shelf. I built another little tray for my foam block, and underneath that foam block is it's a 50 micron pad. I use that again just to keep the water polished, and the return is pretty crystal clear. So that's really it for the sump. No other changes. Anybody got any comments on getting the Chaeto to grow? Is it because I don't have the nutrients in the tank? I mean, that makes sense. The light, I was doing it only at night. Now I'm lighting it 24/7 to see if that'll impact it at all. Looks like I've got some Coraline going on the bottom glass there. So that's the tank. 3 purchases yet to make: my Apex, my AI Souls, and I still got to get my media reactor for my GFO. And hopefully I'll pick up those things in the next month or so. We'll see. Kind of pricey items, the Apex and the like, but we'll see. But anyway, any questions, comments, please leave them, and feel free to subscribe. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.